Yeah. I'm just a contrarian, so whenever someone predicts something on me next to me, I just want to disagree so that there's a chance for conflict.
It makes it more fun.
Makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Peter going to be picking up the kit for his squad. On the other side, they've got a little bit of utility with Kirakami to try and get some distance. And it looks like they're taking long control instantly. So this smoke is presumably for the cross, and they're just advancing up. No brakes on this train. The bomb is here, the group in 4, and they're just ready to tap away on towards site. That smoke is presumably coming in just a moment. There it is. It comes sailing through. Now they're trying to do damage, and they're trying to advance, and the bodies are dropping, and the CT side is coming out on top. They are chipping and poking and prodding away at them. There's only one player left on long. He cannot stand for long. That's Seb. Now it's all to Crashies. He's coming from the CT area, but he's got so much to do, and he can't isolate the first kill. There's 2 players who have about 10 health between them. Benita and Peter are both 1 shot away from death. And Crashies is going to get a little upgrade. Here we go to the USP.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be curious to know how many bullets are in that gun, because it might have run pretty low considering it's a USP, but he's got a fully stocked USP right now. So he doesn't have to worry about that when he swaps it out for that Glock that he initially had, but he can make it a 1v1 in this situation. He spots out the guy over towards Goose, so he has that information, but he's a little bit nervous as another man over towards Ramp. And eventually he's going to have to check out the guys over towards long, but look at this. Benita's on 3 HP, PTR, Peter's on 5. So he only needs 2 bullets to get this done, but they can just lay in wait because the bomb is in their control.
If only the man had an HE, he would be fast on the road to a round victory. As it is, they're both going to swing him at once, and Peter is going to hit the shot right into the dome. So that's well played by the 2 low HP players to both stay alive and find the frag on the Crashies. That is a big first pistol kill. It looked like the man might have had an opportunity to bring it back. He was a big standout performer for his team throughout this entire series and tournament, but just didn't quite have it.
Yeah, he comes up a little bit short, and if he had gotten Benita in towards Ramp, that's when you're like, okay, this can happen right now. Is he really going to do this? And as you mentioned, he was a highlight player in that last map, so I wasn't going to put it past him. But it was a perfect setup for the CT side in that situation. Both peak at the same time when they know that he's likely going to be going for that bomb, and they basically just used the bomb as bait and ended up working out for them. So it's going to be 1-0, not Bears, and Benita's going to have a couple players in her face right about now. Is the name going to be popping up on her screen on the other side of that smoke? It's actually Booby that gets the initial damage in, but she eventually is the one that wins that battle. Skadoodle can't trade that out, so it's 5v4 advantage, not Bears.
Where's Yuho playing with the auto shotty? Over towards B. Ah, might have a payout here. He's trying for it. There's the shots run out. Just making a big amount of noise. Going to chase them back the other direction, and they're getting knocked down quite low. Crashies and Kirakami now both looking a little worse for the wear. And there's a lot of scouts here from the T side. 3 to be exact. So they are going to be trying to take some range duels, but Peter's ready for him. Won't matter. Seb with a slide-out headshot finds the first. There's still a player in towards the ramp, so that could be deadly, and nothing is going to put that UMP to great effect, but he's chipped down. He's tagged. He can't afford to take another peek against these scouts, so he's going to tuck in and wait for them to come to him, and he will stand strong. 1 bullet was all it would need to take down nothing, but they just didn't have it in the chamber. And it will be the Not Bears to claim 2-0, and I believe they kept quite a few players alive there, so they're looking pretty.
Yeah, Not Bears, good situation right now, and Doodle Bears bought into that, so they're not going to be able to get anything significant in this round here in the 3rd. You can see their money not good. They're all about 2K, a little bit below that on a couple of the guys, so going to have a save. They're just going to go pistols. You can see Deegs on 4 of these players. Okay, I mean, that's a good thing to have on a map like Dust 2, but the auto shot, he's going in towards lower, and Yuho just going to go ham. That's a double kill and a whole bunch of extra cash. Crashy's going to end up burning. Can't escape the molly. That's going to leave Skadoodle all alone versus 5, and can't get anything with the Deeg, so very convincing round there. Clean sweep, kind of what you'd expect, but excuse me, if you're on the Doodle Bear side, you'd like to at least get a few in that situation.
Or certainly would. Not an auspicious start. But now they've got a very hampered buy, and you're looking pretty. The AWP is out for Skadoodle. The AKs across the board, quite a bit of utility as well. So this is going to be the round where they want to make their impression. Now, there is no head armor on Skadoodle, so that might be a limiter because there are SMGs still in play. There's a scout. I mean, the headshot doesn't make a difference with the scout, but there's an XM as well. This could get very interesting. It's a very cobbled together buy, and that's a big first frag. Yuho going big with the XM. Finds 2 and huge damage onto a third that N0thing then converts. This has been devastating for the Doodle Bears, though they will take the B-bomb site and now be able to punch in the numbers and get that parcel of C4 down. This could get deadly. Yu wants to take the first fight early, and the problem is there's utilities sailing all around him. He tries to get into the smoke itself, but N0thing will just barrel through and clear them both out. Big frags from the veteran captain, and the defuse comes through. So they make the haggard buy work, and Peter gets to upgrade his gun as a result.
Yeah, and Booby almost got through that smoke, but N0thing caught him right on the edge of it as he tried to push on the other side of the B site and towards the mid side over CT. But N0thing gets the final 2 kills. Doesn't need any help, even though he had 2 other players to come in on that retake. So Not Bears up 4-0, but AKs across the board for Doodle Bears. But you can see they only have smokes and a flash on their side. And oh, I like this. They're going to get aggressive on the side of the Not Bears. They're going to quick cat 2 of these players, including one of the Aubers, who I assume will be peeking in towards the lower with a support player on that rifle. So you can see he was posted up. Nade comes in and hits Seb in the face. Ooh, he's down to 44. That's about as good of a nade as you can get, Mike.
That was straight dunk. Benito will actually take first blood elsewhere on the map, but that is a painful one to take if you're Seb. And he's still trying to work his way up here in mid, but the molly's going to make that difficult, and the AK bullets will make it even worse. Seb now out, double man disadvantage. This is looking rough for the Doodle Bears. They advance. Boo at least trades back a little bit of damage, and Kurakami's actually worked his way pretty far up long, but as I say that, it gets hard checked and will advance no further. So now they're taking control of mid, but they don't even have the bomb, so I'm not quite sure what the plan is to do here. Skadoodle needs to go back and at least get that parcel of explosives, but it looks like he wants to try and find a frag in the meantime. He's in a 1v3, and I guess they're just going to straight duel this out. Found one, at least isolated the duel, trying to take Toy, but Toy doesn't flinch at all and has him with the headshot. That's going to be a great 5th round for the Not Bears, and they are starting Dust 2 out at breakneck pace.
Yeah, and if you're on the side of Doodle Bears, you can see not very many people have kills right now, or at least a significant amount. You can see Crashy's on 3, Skadoodle on 3, 2 on 1 kill. That's got to turn around pretty quickly. But on the side of Not Bears, you can see N0thing on 11 kills already through 5 rounds. So he's feeling it. And Not Bears, I mean, they're in really good shape. You can't say it any other way right now. Seb going to come in with that flash. He's going to get aggressive, try to have that explosive play with the rest of his teammates in towards long. Toy's going to take down Booby, but Seb responds with the P250. N0thing caught out here, but he has the AUG. He sprays down one. The other one escapes for the time being, but the P2K might do the job.
And they're just going to keep swinging. Crashies, though, hits the first. He's all alone with only 5 HP. And a flashbang might be enough to do him in at this point. He's going to slip back into the smoke. A minute 20 at least to work with, but almost no chance in the round. It'll be Yuho to eventually put him down. What felt like it was inevitable. And it's 6-0 now for the Not Bears. I mean, this is really something. They're just plowing through. And you normally think of that T side on Dust 2 as being quite strong. So the Doodle Bears, they need to find an answer, and they need to find that answer pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on their side, when do you start like being really worried? I mean, 6-0, that's borderline right there, where you know you got to start turning around, otherwise they're just going to run away with it.
We've seen some wild comebacks already in the series and already in between these two teams, so you never know what can happen. Peter says that comeback's not going to start right now. Yeah. He's just demolishing Kurakami right away to start things off.
And so 1-man advantage here for Not Bears. And that's going to force Doodle Bears to switch it up a little bit from their initial plan. But one's going to be going up towards Cat, one hanging out in towards B tunnels. The guy in B tunnels has got to be wary, though. Benita's in the back of sight right now with an AUG, which is a pretty powerful position. And Seb just waiting for somebody to make a mistake, maybe get a quick pick here and there and play off of that. But it looks like a bomb's going to be rotating in towards B tunnel to join. I think it's Booby that's over there. They're just kind of messing with Benita right now.
Benita's got this turret position, though, and that's such a tough choke to get past with an AUG, and they're going to line up for her. Oh, if she has the swing, she might have the timing. There's the spot. She knows they're here. Doesn't have the first, though. Too many targets. It's a little cluttered on the radar, if you will. And so the bomb can now transition to be planted, but it's all the way back in tunnel, so they're slow on the transition. There's already CTs back in, and they're ready to duel. They don't realize that Boo's up close, though, and so Boo and Ska will bring through kills. It's chaos all over the server. And there's a flank coming in, but it is a long flank from Toy, and Peter on 3 HP. Can he really hope to get back through this? He's going to try. He's raining out shots to try and get the connection, but it's not quite going through on the wall bang. Toy gets dropped, and now it's a 1v1 with Peter one tap away from death. As he swings, there's the shot. Boo clutches it out, and finally, just by the slimmest of margins, the Doodle Bears are on the board.
Yeah, and Peter had an angle there on Booby for a second in towards window when his focus was on B tunnels, but didn't hit that op shot. I don't know if he had already maneuvered on the other side of that box. We didn't have the angle when we were viewing it, but nonetheless, I think he had an opportunity to do at least a little bit more damage through the wall, I guess, a wall bang. But it's now first round for Doodle Bears. That's the start. You get the first one, maybe run a few in a row, and you're right back in it. But the double op setup is coming out here from Not Bears. Benita has one.
It was very
Peter,
strong.
as you can imagine. Yeah.
It was very strong, particularly in Inferno. We saw this in play a lot, so we'll see what happens. Benita's getting super aggressive with it. This is bold. She rings out a shot. She could be punishable, but I think the flash may have actually blinded up the T side. They don't go for it. That would have been very deadly. The swing could have caught two. But they don't quite capitalize, so maybe a missed opportunity here. As it is, they'll slow down, and no one will have shed blood whatsoever.
Yeah, and Yuho actually, I think, team-blacked there for a second. So if that other player had peeked out from B tunnels, I think both of them were dead to rest because Benita was on the way out in front of Yuho, who wasn't moving. So they were just kind of on an island there for a second. But nonetheless, it's going to be crashing, grabbing a kill on towards Benita, but nothing responds immediately.
He's locking down those mid doors. He's just waiting for the push through, and Crashies delivers. Never a man known to be patient. He serves himself up. And there's a big frag from Peter, who can now reposition all the way back towards ramp. So though Kirakami's trying to push this, there's really no reason for Peter to show face. He can just play back to Car. This is a very comfortable position for an Opera, and with Yuho picking a kill towards the other site, this is just going to be decimation once again. Boo is now left alone, 35 seconds. I mean, a 1v4. He's dropping what utility he has and trying to make something happen, and there's a big kill to start it off, but he's still got so much more to find, and Peter's the next one closest, goes for the fake flash, and it's just not enough to bait Peter off the angle. This is, I mean, this is tough. They now hit the reset, which, again, not as big of an issue, but still not a great pill to swallow, especially considering in the gun round they won, they kept one alive.
Yeah, that's not a recipe for success. And just taking a look at the frag count, you can see right now Kirakami struggling. That needs to turn around soon. We've seen him. He's been impressive in some of the matches that we watched. We know he has it in him. Let's see if he can show up here, start adding a few here to his frag count. But in this round, you can see I think it's PTR getting aggressive in towards mid. He's going to pay for it, though, with 62 damage. Now down to 10 after I think maybe a nade or a molly came in. So he's going to have to fall back.
Peter is lucky to escape his position with his life, and now this kind of breakneck pace is paying off. Kirakami breaks that goose egg with two big frags, and there's the follow-up. It's all nothing on site, who has to hold them at bay. Seb's dropped his support towards Car, so it's all nothing on an island. Either he delivers or they get nothing. He finds the first. He needs to put a new clip in the gun, but he's looking for more. Seb is vulnerable, but the spam through the smoke will be enough that he can never spot them. The Doodle Bears, they get a second. They are back on the board. They are not out of this yet, Mitch.
Yeah, N0thing might have been able to get around that smoke, but I think him reloading gave away his position if they didn't already know it. So in that situation, you just spray it down. You got 3 players left versus 1, and they eventually do get that kill. But Kirakami now off of that goose egg. He does get the 2 opening kills.
Sometimes
so good job by him.
You know? Sometimes you just need to break that goose egg, break the jinx, and get on with it. Get on with your day. Crash is getting aggressive with this peek. He's going to get knocked down pretty low by the Molotov. Actually, somewhat surprised he didn't go ahead and continue to push out after that molly happens, but they don't want to give that op away on a silver platter. So he'll fade back. And N0thing holding the mid doors with a Mag 7. You love to see it. You love to. I know you're
absolutely.
a fan of that
I'm
position.
a big fan of this. N0thing. I mean, if they come through mid and they don't come in with a flash, if they come in dry, he is going to chew them apart with that Mag 7. So you can see his position right now. He's basically just trying to avoid any flash that comes in. It's typically when the T's come in, they're going to flash over and then push with 2 people. But he's going to adjust after that initial position. He likely heard them jump up towards Cat, so he can try and get a quick flank coming in. But there's a 2-man setup for the CT side to shut down this 3-man push. But it's got to be Seb getting the opening kill, make it a double for him. Toy was able to get 1 before he goes down, but now 4v2 as T's pour onto the site.
Now space taken, the bomb planted. This is looking good once again for the Doodle Bears. It's maybe a little bit of a miss molly, but it does land nicely. And Boo now is dueling off with N0thing, which he'll ultimately win the exchange. It's Benita who's suddenly found himself in the position of having to save. And this is not expected for the Not Bears. This is a little bit odd, and she's going to go ahead and try and do a little bit of damage, but there's just none available. And it's going to be a double eco-type situation for the Not Bears, so why not go for broke? But still, well, they don't have anything to work with in this round. It's going to be pretty much a full save. Toy picking up a smoke that may be the majority of their investment here. And the Doodle Bears, they have a chance to start to run this back.
Yeah, they're making this more realistic, that's for sure. They're down 4. I mean, they were down, what was it, 6-0, I think, at one point?
7-1 was the last. Yeah, 6-0, then 7-1.
7-1, yeah. So bringing it back here a little bit. And if you look at N0thing's scoreline, he is significantly ahead of his teammates right now. So the rest of the Not Bears got to chime in if they want to continue on the pattern that they were at the start of the match. It's going to be 3 kills going to the favor of the T side, make it 4. PTR is the only one that chimed in up to this point, and that's going to be it. That's a pretty quick round.
It was a pistol stack, and sometimes you just walk into the stack and demolish it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he just strewed right through him. That was beautiful. So another round for Doodle Bears. Getting close. Now 7-4. Op now on Skadoodle. And if I'm them, what am I going to be doing with Skadoodle in this situation? Where am I going to put him? If he has the spawn, you send him towards long every time.
Well, you're up against an eco, right? So you're probably going to be sitting pretty patiently. He's watching for the cross. Doesn't quite get the tag. He's got a little bit of info, and the question is, what do they want to do? Here they take control towards long. They're going to assert themselves. They're going to start to move up, and there's a fast cat play. This could actually be dangerous. Skadoodle's in rotation. He's potentially vulnerable. They're kind of watching for it, though. I think Ska is watching exactly this angle, actually. So if Yuho moves around the corner, he should be a dead man. But as they start to approach, this gets messy. That flash is perfect, but Ska is overwatching. He is making sure that no one harms his teammates, though they're blind. Daddy Skadoodle will not let them get touched.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect flash for them. They should have had at least one in that situation, if not more. But Skadoodle just handles them all alone. But here comes Benita. She's able to get one, but Seb wisely checks lower and will be able to snuff her out before she can do more damage. But nice job there by Skadoodle to fend that up. That was good work. I mean, obviously it's anti-eco, but I mean, you got to have quick reactions because your teammates are dying really quickly.
Good captain, got to protect their soldiers.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's 7-5.
This is looking a lot more doable, and everyone seems to have come alive on that team. It's almost like there was a funk about them, and then as soon as they start to break that, it's just like, all right, we can do this. We can do this. Get that mentality right and start to get fragging. They're already out towards long. They've gone straight ahead of the utility, and Pew, though blind, is still finding frags. The flash fades, and the frags come in, and that's beautiful entry. Just straight out and into the pit, and it's bold, and it works out. Peter striking back with the op, but they've gained ground, and Skadoodle will answer back with an op shot of his own. And now the site has fallen. They've already transitioned. They just have to move the bomb, but Boo is so far forward. He's continuing to surprise. From on high this time, he strikes, and it's all on Yuho, who will be laid low as well. 7-6. The Doodle Bears now 1 away from tying this up.
Yeah, this is wild, Mike.
This is
just
very
like
wild.
the other maps that we've been casting. Up
That
to
was
this point
all
with these
Boo.
guys in
I
them.
mean, just straight out long into the pit, finds 2, and then finds the extra kill on towards site. That's nuts.
That should 100% not have worked.
He should have died.
But he made it work. Getting that, especially getting that first kill, and the other player wasn't even focusing on that position. Why would a guy go push in towards ramp like that? But you know what? Or pit like that. But Booby is that man, and he gets a double kill. And now Doodle Bears 1 away from being tied up. Should be, based on the buy as well, on the side of the CTs. Double op setup coming out from Doodle Bears now. Kirokami has picked one up.
Now it's going to be a little bit of a slower round. After that breakneck pace last round, this almost feels like a snooze fest, right? They're delaying. They're slow. They've taken long control, though, completely uncontested from the Not Bears. Not Bears just have pistols and a tiny bit of utility to work with here. So they're going to start to get picked away, and this long control is going to push them back. They can contest towards CT, and it's Peter trying to chime out with a pistol. It'll actually be Benita and N0thing to find kills instead. And Benita has a rifle, at the very least, to save through into the next round. But in a 1v2, she might be tempted for this.
Yeah, long rotate coming out here might make her change her mind.
They can buy in the next round regardless.
Yeah, might as well, you know, try and at least get that opening kill. I mean, there is a 1 low HP player. They don't necessarily know that, but they probably likely know that they at least did some damage. So she's going to go for this. I like it. We saw her get the 2v1 earlier, but this is a pretty strong setup here from the Doodle Bears. She tries to make it the 1v1. I think she had an opportunity to get that, but Booby again comes through and gets the kill. We are tied up. I feel like I've said that 20 times today, and it's now 7-7.
Now the smiles come out. Look at that.
They're back in it.
The funk has been broken. Booby has been a strong performer this game, sitting on 15-8. Looking good. I mean, that one highlight reel play was just kind of nuts, but it's been solid around the board. So they're starting to wake up here. Now we'll see who takes the last round of the half. The autos come out and the ops as well. It's just rained chaos down mid, and they've done quite a bit of damage in terms of getting those early tags. Now they'll swap out to the rifles. I think Kirakami's just going to keep the auto, and you know what? I respect it. Why not? Make it work here on the last map.
Anytime I see an auto, I am happy.
He actually swaps back to the AWP instead. Had a wealth of riches to choose from. It goes to the AWP. And it's actually Peter's AWP, the sole AWP on the CT side that strikes first, that finds itself a kill onto Crashies. So now this gets a little bit dangerous. You're a man down, you've got insane weaponry, but the question is, can you convert with that insane weaponry?
So Peter's given up his position in towards middle. He had to avoid that flash. So he took that quick shot, hoping he catches some guy trying to push him. Doesn't connect. And he's going to have to reposition based off of that. So he's going to go over to a pretty strong position here as well. He thought he was going to go over towards car, but he's going to hold. On the other side of the site, on towards ramp, and Skadoodle looks like he's going to peek. I think Peter saw the feet of Skadoodle coming around this corner. Doesn't hit the shot, though. Meanwhile, N0thing gets a kill.
This is getting dangerous. Was that the tag? I don't know that it was. N0thing's found a second as well, so they're feasting. The Not Bears looking to claim this last round. Peter, though, missing shots. This is dangerous. Now he's potentially vulnerable, and Ska's dropped low, trying to find more frags, and he'll eventually be mopped up by Yuho. So 8-7. The Not Bears do take the victory on the half, but the Doodles, they made it close. They made a run for it at the end, and now headed into the second. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you never know what's going to come out of these teams. We've just seen so many wild matches up to this point, and it's only fitting to have this final deciding map who goes into tomorrow at 8-7 at the half. But it looks like we're going to have a quick break here. I think N0thing had to step out for a minute, so should be a minute or two before we get back into this. But just looking at the names of the players here, like who stands out, N0thing. I mean, you look at his scoreline, it's hard to not call that out. 19-10, looking good. On the flip side, you mentioned Booby earlier. I mean, Stream has seen it. You know, he's had some really, really impressive plays. He's at 15-9. So he's really showing up when you need him to.
Man's been nuts. And I said at the beginning of the series that if we got to Dust 2, watch out for Peter. 14-9, not bad by any measure, but I expect to see him get even wilder here in the second half. I mean, this is kind of just Peter's playground, is Dust 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an Auber, it has to be. This is where you prove your worth, is on a map like Dust 2. So, yeah, starting off with that score line of 14-9, certainly doing that. He's into it. You can see him. He's already, right when N0thing gets back in his seat, it's like, all right, this is what we're doing. Let's get into it.
I think he's been calling for the squad, or at least transitioned to calling for the squad. They were sort of figuring it out in their first couple of maps, but I think Peter's been doing the majority of it, and I think it's working out for him. So now we'll see what they bring to bear in their pistol round. It's going to be a fair amount of utility on the CT side, actually. Kirakami picking up the utility instead of the armor. And Ska has the kit. So now aggression out towards Catwalk. I like it. That's a nice tap from Seb. Just precision aim, and now they can confirm that nobody's really coming from mid. The majority of the presence is coming out long. Ska's going to take the first hit on this and immediately respond. So the rotation should probably float over rather quickly, especially as they start to commit. Ska actually wants to get down towards CT. That's bold. The smoke blooms, and he's out. It's going to be a full retake setup. There's one player at the top of mid to try and maybe punish onto these Catwalk players, but the bomb's going to go down. It's a good situation for the Not Bears.
Bomb has been planted. N0thing's going to take one out. So we're now evened up. The flank coming in from N0thing, and he's on the T side. So that was an interesting play, but he just comes through and grabs a couple kills, and it's now Seb all alone. We saw a really impressive shot from him to start this round off. Let's see if he can get a 3v1, and the answer is going to be no. PTR or Peter gets the kill. And
that flank was great from N0thing, but the fact that he managed to get 3 kills out of that is kind of ridiculous. They peeked him. They were like, all right, we got to flank. Clear that flank really quickly. They send 3 to just clear it, to try and overwhelm him with shots, and he just destroys them all.
Yeah, just completely handles.
Just handles the situation.
Here's a quick lesson, youngins, you know?
Yeah, speaking of his course that you can get through our through the ESEA giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way,
definitely check that out.
Check it out, folks. If you want to learn about his course, learn how to demolish 3 players rapidly on catwalk with a pistol.
Video coming soon.
He's down by the blue dumpster. He should have more opportunity, but this time it's the pistols that get the better of him, and they're chasing down Toy next to fall. Ska's upgraded. This is getting very messy indeed. He's got a smoke, he's got a rifle, and now they're getting out of the situation, so man advantage. And this gets weird. Yuho's knocked low as well. He's not even able to find the kill onto the pistol player, and there's still a lot of threat here at the mid door. They're going to try and move through, and that's maybe not the best read as the rifles are here, and Ska's knocking targets. It's all going to be on Peter, who gets claimed by Bew. The rifles picked up, and with minimal investment, the Doodle Bears take through the second round of the half.
Oh, Kirokami's into it. He's loving it. You can hear him through the wall. He is excited, and huge round there by Skadoodle. And if you didn't notice, Crashies was basically just being used as bait. Once they finally earn that AK, rotate over towards mid, and Crashies, you know, you want him to do damage, you want him to get kills, but the real goal is to suck them into mid. Think they have a free kill, and that's where Skadoodle bounces. And that was a beautiful, beautiful round by Doodle Bears. And then you hear him getting hype in the other room.
You gotta get that hype. That hype. So there's gonna be a forced buyout from the Not Bears as a response. They just gotta try and throw what they have at the wall because it was gonna be a double eco type situation. Peter has a scout. There's some armor pistol on other players. We'll see what they can do. It's all a bunch up towards catwalk. A nade would decimate them at this point, but it's gonna be the op instead. Skadoodle taking the first point. He's found a shot, but it's not a kill. It is, however, skimming the arm of Uho. And now they moved up forward. The op going to get overwhelmed by pistols. Such an awkward spot, but Ska somehow still staying alive and delivering. He's lost a teammate meanwhile, and the pistols are still raking havoc on these CT players, and the bomb is planted. So good result for Not Bears, but they need to find more, and they're trying exactly that. He just hopped over. Nothing claims the knife onto Ska. That's ridiculous. Through the air, it's all on Benita, who still has a CZ and is still doing damage. It will be mopped up, but with a knife, a plant, and 3 bodies dropped, I would say the Not Bears are walking away from this viewing it as a successful round.
I need a camera on N0thing after that, but I saw that coming. That was like from the top rope. N0thing just jumps off and hopes for the best, and Skadoodle receives that knife. Oh, he 100% was committed to that knife. And yeah, I mean, beautiful knife, but the defuse comes in, so, you know, it ends up... going
9-9.
Way of the other team.
9-9, and this is going to be another eco round. So they got a little bit of investment. They've got some deagles, but this is the round they wait. And it's presumably the round where the Doodle Bears will come through if we don't have any more tricky knives.
Yeah.
There should be like a, you know how they're like surf maps? There should be like a combination like surf frag map, like CSGO freestyle division.
I'm down.
You just rate points on that?
Let's make it happen, Mike.
I would watch that tournament. Just like like a retake map where you get points for how stylish each frag is.
There you go. I mean, we can help. We can sit here, hold up like 10, 9s, 8, 7, 6 cards.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Where's Jackson at?
Kirokami's into this angle right now, and he might just have a lineup. There's 3 players right around the corner. The AUG is like the perfect gun for this situation, right? They're going to come around. If they don't have utility behind it, which maybe they have a single flash on Benita, but she's not nearby. She's actually at the top of mid, so I guess she could throw this over the mid doors and try and flash them through, but Kirokami, oh, he's going to feast here in a moment. Actually hops off the angle. Oh, the timing is painful. Might still have the opportunity. He's now going to throw the flash, and they will move into it. He still finds 2 and damage onto the 3rd, but that flash doesn't quite work out for him. Now the bodies are dropping. It's Toy who's last alive, stuck in towards the tunnel, so ultimately the bleeding is stemmed, and that is an effective round out from the Doodle Bears. 10-9 now. They've taken the lead for the first time this game.
Yeah, and Kirokami, I mean, all he really has to do in that situation is just sit there, post up, and spray him down. You could see Skadoodle was right on his tail coming to help out immediately, and he gets those 2 initial kills, eventually goes down, but nonetheless, I like the idea coming out from Not Bears, just Kirokami was too strong there towards the middle with that AUG. I mean, it's hard to get through it when you're in that type of situation. You got to use a lot of utility to flush him out. If you don't have it, other than a smoke, that's going to be difficult to work against.
Yeah, we're seeing some early presence in towards B-Tons. We haven't really seen a lot from the Not Bears this direction. It feels like a lot has come out towards A. Look at this aggression. They're just straight out. What? Ew, just overlooks him. Or her, rather. I'm not sure how that happened. Fortunately, Crashies corrects the mistake and gets 2. But that was maybe thinking a little bit too fast for his own good there from Boob. I mean, that's That's a question mark right there.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he must not have seen her. I mean, she should have 100% been on his screen, but yeah, he must have just been flying a little bit too fast in that situation. And Benita shoots him in the back, gets the kill. And it's now one-man advantage here for Doodle Bears. As Booby has gone down, but it's going to be Peter, N0thing, and Yuho left from the T side. Nate's going to come in. That should do a little bit of work, and yeah, it does some pretty good chip damage. PCR takes 20. And Yuho holding on to that spray was big because that last bullet, I think, the last one that Kiro took.
Now the problem is the longer they wait, the rougher this is going to be because the flank's going to start to come in from CT, and as that smoke fades, which I assume is up right now, oh, they're just actually past it. So that smoke's completely faded. So this backstab's going to be coming in a moment, and there it is. Seb finds one. The other player has to move in from the window, but Ska is immediately there for the trade, and it's going to be the double op save through in the 11th round taken. As that backstab just times out perfectly. The T's not quite quick enough into the B site. And the Doodle Bears looking very solid here on their CT side.
Yeah, looking good there now, and they now have a 2-round lead. N0thing leading the way, 24-15 for the Not Bears. Peter's pretty close there with 18. On the flip side, it's Crashies and Skadoodle, I believe, leading the way. I didn't catch Booby's score the line before it disappeared. But yeah, nonetheless, Doodle Bears is going to send Not Bears to pistol save. They have 2 flash to work with for an execute, and it looks like it's going to be over towards Cat. 3 guys pushing up right now. So it should be an A pinch coming up. Rotations coming in from the CTs.
That Molly's good to allow space to get the reinforcement in here, and the nade is even better. N0thing almost naded to oblivion. That second might do it. They're just raining utility in here to make it incredibly difficult for them to get out. There's a player in the lower tunnel as well, so they're hemmed in. That's going to be Bu, who's just waiting and picking them off from Cat. Now it's a crossfire setup, and the bomb is dropped. It's all on Peter and Yuho, who are out towards long, trying to work it with pistols, and that's never going to be a winning formula. So most of the players still alive, 4 to be exact, and a 12th round picked up. The Doodle Bears, once again, looking fresh here on the CT side of Dust 2.
Absolutely, and this might be a transitioning point where Doodle Bears start pulling away. Not Bears got to try their best to stay in this and not let Doodle Bears start running too many rounds in a row. They have a good buy coming out here, up on Peter, watching that cross, smoke wisely thrown to cover their movement over towards the B site and towards mid. But N0thing's up towards mid pretty quickly here. That typically tells me they want to push out mid with a B split, but just based on the positioning of Not Bears. Oh, N0thing! Don't do him like that. Crashies goes down, but Skadoodle immediately responds.
That's a painful frag, but they've lost all their presence in towards B tunnels, right? So now they're kind of committed to this catwalk long split. And Kirakami's up close with the AWP. This is bold. Kirakami going to fade back and not taking just the jump-off spot. It will eventually get run down, but the problem is they've lost their push from long. So now Seb can rotate, and he's got the AUG, which is perfect for this angle, but it doesn't matter when N0thing's hitting shots like this. 3 kills so far, and N0thing is just single-handedly dismantling the defense on this round. Now it's going to be Skadoodle and Bu trying to get back in, and Ska starts it off strong. There's the first op shot. That'll allow Bu to get into position towards long and start to crunch forward. That smoke as well gives cover, and Yuho, oh, the perfect timing. Scott doesn't quite stay alive long enough, and he'll have the second shot as well. The Finn with ice in his veins finds 2 and takes through. I think that's the 10th round for the Not Bears.
Yep, you're right. 12-10, and N0thing, I think, had 3 one-taps on that round. The first one was dirty. The second one was dirty. Third one also dirty. Yes, Mike knows what I'm talking about.
Would you describe him as rather dirty in the round?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And yeah, those were just really crisp, clean shots. I think the first one's kind of like a pre-fire situation where he doesn't really expose himself to any other angle, so he's just going to check it really quick, pre-fire it, and maybe the guy's there. And you know what? He was. So heads-up play there by N0thing, and it's going to be SMG on Kirakami, but he's up close. Seb's going to be stuck on a pistol, so not an ideal buy here, but they do have a double op setup, so this is kind of all over the place for the CTs.
Very top-heavy buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very top-heavy buy. They invest in the ops. They know that the ops have been doing work for them, and so they say, everyone doesn't need a gun. We do need ops. Utility comes in, dunks down Toy pretty early on, so that doesn't feel so great if you're Toy. But Not Bear is playing this slow. They're patient. They have a pretty good idea that at this point the Doodle Bears are showing some cracks in that economy. So why not? Just wait for it. See what you can get.
Yeah, I'm trying to read into what they're doing right now. I mean, it looks like they're just waiting for some sort of aggression at the moment, but are they trying to do an A split here? Trying to do maybe a B split. The bomb's over towards B tunnel, so that leads me to believe that's where the goal destination is. But they're gonna push 2 guys up towards Cat, or 1 up guy towards Cat, 2 towards mid. And it's going to be 2 C2 players that get the kills.
That was perfect from Seb. He finds a frag. He's not able to pick up the rifle, which was what he was trying to do and convert into more, but he takes a lot of space from them, and he slows them way down. So now 25 seconds, and they've still got Kirakami to deal with on site, and he can at least slow them down to let the rotation come in. He's just here to be a nuisance with the SMG, and he's doing a great job of it. 15 seconds, they will secure the bomb plant, and since all 3 of these players are moving around towards either Cat or Long, they will have time to get into their post plants as well. So they needed just a little bit more time to really be able to contest this. But as it is, Peter's going to have the long shot down long indeed. And there he rains out 1. Looking for the second. The Cat push needs to come in right now. The flash is good, though, and the kill is better. Now it's all on Crashies, who's got 2 to find and an op in hand. And it looks like he's just going to make the call to save. Time wasn't there, and he's going to get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, big round for Not Bears. Ooh, that would have been nice if Crashies was able to grab that 1 kill. Unable to do so, but he will be able to survive with that AWP and some armor, so he has a little bit of something to work with going into the next round. But Not Bears now 1 away from being tied up. Let's see what we can get on the side of Skadaddy's team.
12 to 11.
Let's see what kind of money they have.
Not much.
They have 11,000 left, so yeah, not too much to work with. I mean, if you look on the side of Not Bears, their equipment value is over 25,000.
I think we're seeing, minimal investment in this round. They're going to go ahead and save up. They've got the 1 op, maybe try and make it work, see what Crashies can do with it, but otherwise, just chill.
And by the way,
the boost.
Oh, can you see on top of that?
He's trying to look for it. Doesn't quite have it, but that's exactly what Crashies is watching for. That peek in towards Suicide. Seb somehow finds a kill. He's been doing this with the pistols. He's been ridiculously effective. And they're going to find his second as well. This could be dangerous. We saw this happen previously where Skadoodle then rotated the AK through to mid and found more, and he's chasing down the op. So much damage. 3 bodies lost to Long. This is falling apart for the Not Bears. N0thing has to take matters into his own hands, and he'll find the first, but there's still an op to cross past.
What a play there by Skadoodle. And now he has an op, and Crashies has an op. This round is completely flipped. This is madness. So N0thing into trying to get on towards the B site, but Crashies ready and waiting with that op. That would have been nice if they'd been able to push off of that initial miss, but they're going to go ahead, smoke it up, play a little bit more conservatively. And Crashies going to go ahead and reposition, but the CTs now are on the way. He's watching the cross over towards platform, and N0thing gets the opening kill. That's huge.
Crashies still wrecking havoc, though. He's got a little bit of patch in between the flames, and he'll convert. Big kills on the round for Crashies, and the Pistols get it done with a 1 saved op. They bring the double op into the next round as well, and they say, no chance you're tying this up. We are taking this map. 13 to 11 now, folks, and a reminder, it all rides on this. Whoever loses Dust 2 is out of the tournament, and whoever wins advances till tomorrow.
That was such a wild round. It almost mirrored the one we saw earlier, just that long domination from the CT side. Looks like they're going to try to get aggressive over towards Long for the Not Bear side. They look for that initial peak, but go ahead and end up falling back. So nothing comes out of that. Peter's going to get that op back in his hand. But yeah, really nice play there by Skadoodle, and then Crashies able to hold on long enough to have his teammate come in and help out, and then he just ends up just getting both kills to finish it off. So Skadoodle watching in towards Cat. Hasn't spotted anybody out, but there's some people that are really close to him right now.
This is such a dangerous buy as well from the Not Bears. They've put everything into it. They've got the op on Peter. Yuho just has the deagle. That's Yuho down. Admittedly, it wasn't a rifle loss, so that's okay. But still, nobody out is going to be too great for this T side. They're trying to bring back a frag desperately, but the Doodle Bears seem like they've got their confidence and they're rolling here, and this is such a dangerous side to come against when they're feeling it. So now, everything slows down. 50 seconds on the clock. The Not Bears are going to group up, it seems, towards Long and try and bully out, but Seb's in towards the pit, and he's been getting it done from this position with a USP, so now he's got an AK in hand. Let's see what damage he can wreck. There's 2 players grouped here, including the bomb. This could be a critical component And they have to realize that he could be in this position. But that's a nice peek from Seb. The perfect timing to ruin Toy's day. And so the bomb's already transitioning back, but they've lost their presence towards Cat as well. What do they do? 25 seconds on the clock. The bomb in rotation. It's all on Peter, who will catch that mid presence. He has a path towards B, but he has to straight run it in order to get there in time. And there's no chance they're going to let him pass. The spam comes through. Kirakami claims the kill. And it is now 14-11. The Doodle Bears ready to shut this down and close this game out.
Yeah, you can see on their side right now, Crash is on 20 kills, Skadoodle's on 23. He's still got it, boys and girls. If you weren't sure, we have evidence of it now. He is dominating at this point, really leading his team to this win. But Peter, you know, he's not out of this right now. He's still hyping up his teammates, talking strategy. You love to see it. And they're going to go for that boost again towards mid. Oh, is he by 30 bomb by now?
He's got 29.
Ooh, okay.
29. He's trying to go for that heroic performance to keep his team into this.
That's always a tough scoreline to have if you end up losing. You know you did as much as you could, but you know what? It happens. It's a team game.
Someone's got to walk away the loser. Crash is going to take the first kill to set up a nice start here, and Kirakami's grabbed one. They now know players coming in through the window, so Bu can react to that. But it won't matter because Kirakami's done enough to actually catch Benita before she can get close. The bomb now dropped in CT. It's traded. It's all on Peter, who's got no armor and a P250 to try and keep the Doodle Bears off of map point. This is an impossible task even for him, but as he's found an op, this is maybe a little more doable. He's got enough time to get back and claim that, but they're going to keep pushing him, and he knows it. So he's got to get back. He's got to get himself safe. That actually tells him that he has enough time. This is an AUG, not an op, rather. But he may be able to work with it. Peter, now, no armor. AUG in hand. Free to find, and as he tries to hop past the door for information, Crashies will just blast him from the air and send him hurtling down to earth. This is their last attempt. The Doodle Bears now have 4 map points, and we've seen this fall apart for them in the past, but surely this time they'll close it out and claim Dust too.
Yeah, Doodle Bears can certainly put this one away. Not Bears, not out of it. Let's see if they can make anything happen here. So Peter is able to get that off. I don't think there's been any kills over towards mid, so they have been smoking that every time. Typically, you'll see at least 1 or 2 kills throughout a map like Dust 2. Someone getting caught trying to transition over towards the B side, but I don't feel like we haven't seen one of them yet.
So much. There's the peak on the fast cap position, and Ska down. That might actually be the road into this for the Not Bears. That's a big piece out, but Kirakami stands strong from the ramp. A quick 2K. That's a big find, and a third as well. Kirakami standing strong for his squad right here at the end. Now it all comes down to nothing. The captain, who's been a hero so far for his team, has to do it all, and he has found the first, but there's flames at his feet. There's no chance forward, and he can't even claim the bomb. Just got to make moves, try and reposition, try and change up the formula, try and find a path, and he's been spotted, doesn't have the kill, but isn't dropped in turn. There's still time to work with, a minute on the clock, and nothing with an AK in hand. Creeping forward, not dropped either, somehow escaping any damage as he keeps peeking these angles, but it'll be Seb to put him down 16-11. Despite his best efforts, nothing couldn't quite clutch it out. That was an amazing series. An amazing game, and that's going to be the last game of the night for us, folks.
What a treat, Mike.
What an absolute treat.
That is a great way to finish off the day. And yeah, you look at the face on Peter. Yeah, he's not happy about it, but I mean, you know you put in the effort, and that was a heck of a match for both sides, so you can't be too sad about it.
At the end of the day, it's all smiles here in Vegas. I mean, these teams came here for the Rank S Combine. They're having a great time. These players got a chance to flash and flare, and they've still got the 1v1s all weekend to wager against each other and see if they can take through some poker chips and add to their total. And hey, worst case scenario, there's a really nice pool at this hotel that they can go hang out at. So there's a lot